The current state of stimulus as the drama continues. In this video, I'm going to bring you up to speed with everything going on regarding the stimulus proposals, stimulus checks, and where we stand going forward as of today, Thursday, December 10th. Let's jump right into it. We have a lot to get into, as many of you know, based on the information I've been releasing lately. But hey, if you're new here, my name is Matt. Welcome to the channel. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And feel free to share this video or any of the others of my 700 videos here on the channel with anybody else that could benefit from this information. Also, I like to say this too. This video does pertain to everybody, including Social Security, SSI, VA, RRB, low income, and no income. So let's jump into the details that we have regarding stimulus. It's been a very busy week. So this morning, Thursday morning, the initial jobless claim number was released. This is a number that's released every Thursday morning that I like to bring to you because people in Congress are watching these numbers very closely because it gives them a barometer of everything that's going on in the economy in the United States. So they look at this to determine how much stimulus do we need? Do we need it now? Do we need it later? Do we need to go big? Do we need to go small? Who does it need to reach? So this is influential information. The number came in at 853,000 people applied for unemployment benefits last week. That's a massive number. That actually went up about 100,000 over last week. So another 100,000 people applied for unemployment benefits last week over the previous week. That's a big, big jump. So for people in Congress, you guys know what to do. Anyway, at the same time, yesterday, Congress voted on that short-term stopgap bill to continue to keep the government funded for one more week so they can continue their stimulus negotiations. Now, you might be wondering, what does that have to do with stimulus? It actually has a lot to do with it because here we are on Thursday. Technically, the government shutdown or the government funding is supposed to stop tomorrow if they wouldn't have passed that bill. So with them passing it for another week, extending it out one more week, gives them one more week to continue negotiating, because if they were to stop tomorrow, basically they would hit the road without a deal on stimulus. So it's actually very important that they passed it and that they continued it out for one more week until next Friday, December 18th. So that's actually a good thing. However, they are literally at the end of their rope. They are on the wire. I mean, this is right down to the wire. They are literally down to the very last day that they possibly have, because after next Friday, the week after that is Christmas, the week after that is New Year's, and you better believe they are not going to be in Washington working when it's those holidays, the weeks of those holidays. So they've literally procrastinated down to the very last day that they possibly can. This is also interesting. A group of 32 House Republicans submitted a letter to the top 4 leaders in both chambers being the House and Senate, asking those leaders to guarantee that there's going to be a vote on a stimulus package in the current session. I think that's really interesting, simply because these 32 people are coming forward saying, hey, leaders, we don't trust you guys anymore. We need a guarantee from you that there's going to be a vote on a stimulus package in this session. So hey, if you don't trust these people, don't worry. They don't even trust each other anymore. That's ridiculous. But anyway, Kevin McCarthy this morning in an interview was out and said that he thinks next week is when they're actually going to finalize and be done with everything. Well, I would hope so, because that's the last week that they have. So that's about all the time that they have left. And, hopefully they'll get some things done today and tomorrow. And it sounds like they're going to be staying through the weekend to continue working. But yeah, they need to have this done by next week. I mean, they don't have any other choices. It's either you have it done or you don't do anything. Those are the choices on the table at this point. So let's run through the 2 stimulus proposals that are on the table at this point. I'm going to run through briefly and talk about what they contain, stimulus checks, no stimulus checks, who is backing what, and where do we stand with these proposals, because I think, there's a lot of confusing information out there right now, as in it's all very similar, but let me break it down here and make it a little more concrete for you to understand. So at the current time, we have 2 proposals on the table. One of them is $908 billion. This was introduced by that bipartisan group of senators last week. This is that $908 billion package. I've talked about all the details in many other videos, but Really briefly, this is the one that contains like state and local funding for distribution, vaccine distribution, schools. It does not contain stimulus checks. This is the one that does not have stimulus checks in it. This one is backed by Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer. They really like this proposal. They want to go with this one. It also does have rental assistance in it. So that's one thing, along with the unemployment benefits at a rate of $300 per week. So it has those couple provisions within it that reaches the people, the unemployment and the rental assistance. That's about it. There's not a whole lot in this package that contains help or assistance for the people. So that's that one package. All right, let's talk about this other one. The next one on the table. Now, one thing really quickly. Yes, the package contains far more than what I just said, but realistically, do you want me to talk about like airline aid and all that stuff? I mean, honestly, no one really cares about that, so that's why I didn't really bring it up. All right, this next package, it's very, very similar to the first one, that $908 billion package. However, this one comes in with a price tag of $916 billion. It was presented by Republicans just the other day. I believe it was on Tuesday, I think it was. I mean, it's been busy. Many of you know it's been busy. Sometimes I lose track of the days. But I believe it was on Tuesday that it was presented late in the afternoon by Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin. He presented it to Nancy Pelosi on the behalf of President Trump. So this one comes from the Republicans. And this one, like I said, price tag of $916 billion. However, this one does have those stimulus checks in it that I talked about yesterday at a rate of $600 versus the $1,200. I've seen down in the comments section, there's a ton of controversy about this, the $600. But again, please don't be upset with me. I'm just the messenger. I'm not the guy that writes the rules. If I was writing the rules, trust me, it would be far different than $600. It would be much more than that to account for all of the months that people have needed stimulus and haven't been able to get it. So I get it. I'm on your team. Just remember that. I'm on your team. I know it's frustrating. But anyway, this package contains those $600 stimulus checks for the same people who received them the first time. At the same time, there is a difference in this package. It still has the rental assistance in there. It still has all the other things that basically the other package has. There's still some controversy about state and local government funding and liability protections. That's a different story. We can talk about that a little bit more if you want. But here's the big difference about unemployment benefits. It does not have that $300 boost. I have to make a correction. The other day in my video, I said that it contains the $300. It does not. That was my bad on that one. I made a mistake on that, so I apologize. It does not contain the $300 additional boost for unemployment benefits. So I realized that after I published the video, and I thought, oh, I'll have to correct that in my next one. So I apologize about that. But yes, it just has an extension of the unemployment benefits for a little while there, and it does not have the $300 boost, but it does contain the $600 stimulus checks. So at this point, it's like, which one do you take? Do you take the one that has the unemployment benefits with the rate of $300 with the extra boost? Or do you take the one that has the minimal $600 stimulus checks in it, but it does not have the $300 boost? It's kind of like, as some people would say, it's a horse apiece, kind of, right? Depends where you want to focus the money to go. I know, like I said, there's a ton of controversy about the $600 stimulus checks, but at the same time, we know that this is just kind of like a bridge to get to the end of January until the next stimulus package will be in discussion. So it kind of makes us think, do we want to take the $600 and just plan on getting more next year? Or do we want to skip the $600 and go big or go home next year? I don't really know what the answer is. I mean, honestly, everybody has their own opinion. I don't know what is best. I guess it just depends on Congress and where they want the money to focus and where the money to flow. But either way, I'll continue watching all of this throughout the day and through the rest of the week and weekend, and I'll keep you posted. Stay safe out there, everybody. I'll probably be back later today with another video. Either way, enjoy your day, and I'll catch you later. Thanks.